My father was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 2013. By Christmas, he couldn't walk, and by Easter, he couldn't talk. It's like being in solitary confinement. You're trapped in your body.
Almost everybody living with MND will lose their voice. The difficulty is we don't know exactly when. Voice banking is a way to create a synthetic approximation of someone's natural voice. You can load it into a communication device to type anything at all.
When you find out you've got motor neuron disease, the last thing you probably want to do is think about banking your voice.
The average time it took was 3 months. You had to record a minimum of 1,600 phrases.
Something like the cow jumped over the moon and red lorry, yellow lorry and this sort of stuff. It was meaningless. Nobody's thought about it enough.
In 2019, I picked up the telephone from Stuart Moss, and we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could bring some of these technology giants that he works with to transform the process of voice banking?
The best innovation usually comes from teamwork. So we came up with a think tank.
We jumped at the chance of being involved in something like this. How could we use technology to help people in a life-changing way?
We really need to think about the whole human experience. How do you actually make it accessible?
Voice banking is changing. The question is, how can we find a way for people to bank their own voice without having to be worried about the technology?
What we wanted to do overall was try and make it much quicker. And then what Dell and Intel did was next level.
We came up with the idea to create a book that enables individuals with MND to bank their voice and share their story. Imagine what happens when you take cutting-edge voice banking technology and bring together a New York Times best-selling author and an award-winning illustrator.
How do we show this one thing's happening on the outside and something else is happening on the inside?
People that don't have the words to explain what they're going through can tell their families that everything's changing, but I will always be me.
The way the book's been written means that all the different sounds that we need to cover and all the different combinations of sounds are all in there. Everything we would need to synthesize a voice is contained within the text of the story.
Everything is changing.
I've been seeing a lot of doctors and having a lot of fun.
This book allows people to say what they really want to say to their loved ones, but have struggled to say it.
I'm not moving quite the same way I used to.
You almost don't know you're banking your voice. Nothing like this exists out there at the moment.
Everything is changing, but I'll always be me, and I'll always love you.
What is brilliant about this project is that you're asking people to do something that's very natural to them. And in the process of doing that, you capture enough of someone's voice to be able to replicate it.
The process of reading the book brings out lots of different emotions in people. Having sensitive parts and humor and some questions means that you get more of your natural self coming through in the synthetic voice.
I just bank my voice. By reading the book, I will always be me.
This project recognises that voice banking is about identity.
Every group brings some level of innovation to the table. We're able to really make much more advancement in a much shorter period of time.
Who'd have thought we'd be here saying that voice banking was going to be an experience? Now you do it with your nearest and dearest.
What do we do technology for? Well, this is what it's for.
It was beyond my wildest dreams that we would get to something like this. If we can harness what we've started, the world can be different.